Some people are born warriors. Something drives them forward, past any obstacle, towards something bigger. Maybe they weren't born with a silver spoon, but they were born with a purpose. At Wayne State University, we take this drive and turn it into so much more, so they can become warriors strong. As long as there are problems that need solutions, lives that require help, warriors will keep fighting and keep healing with research, education, and compassion. Wayne State University gives warriors the tools they need to transform lives. Because when you can deliver wellness across the community and around the world, you're more than strong. You're warrior strong. When it comes to business, warriors mean business. The lessons learned here can be applied anywhere, across the country and in the far corners of the world. It's theory and practice to prepare you for every idea, opportunity, and business model. So if you're looking to create, innovate, or disrupt, we'll take that drive and make it stronger. Because to change the way the world does business, you need to be warrior strong. They're the heart of Detroit and the heart of the community. For 150 years, we've been here. Wayne State University helps power Detroit, and Detroit keeps driving us forward. Because if you want to be a part of the fabric of this city, don't just come on strong, come on warrior strong.
Five minutes to ZTF 4, John. 5 minutes.
Thanks, KP.
And I've been meaning to ask you something. You're going on sabbatical for a year, right?
That's right. I'm going to be working on a new book.
That's great, but what are we supposed to do for a dean while you're away?
Oh, I have thought of that. I've got the folks in computer science working on this new artificial intelligence chatbot GPT dean.
An AI dean?
That's right.
What's next, robot faculty?
At least robot faculty might have the good sense to stay off Twitter. No, seriously, it's a really cool idea. Let me show you.
Hello, I'm John Corvino, Dean of the Irvin D. Reed Honors College at Wayne State University.
Looks a bit glitchy to me.
Well, it's still in development.
Welcome to Zoom to the Finish 4.
Are you using this tonight?
Fundraiser for the Finish
No.
Line Fund.
I don't know why it's doing that.
Scholarships for honors seniors. We've got a great show planned for you tonight. We have musical guests.
Well, student performances.
Beyonce,
What?
Little Nas X,
Like I've got that kind of budget.
Tina Turner,
This is ridiculous.
Rihanna,
I gotta get this thing to stop.
Rihanna's new baby,
What?
Frank Sinatra,
Now he's not even alive.
and a host of others.
Control escape.
We have a special match challenge tonight. of $1 million.
It's like $35,000.
But even if we only raise a more modest sum, say $35,000, President Wilson has agreed to shave his hair into a mohawk if we reach our goal.
No.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, which will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to ZTF 4 15 Years of Honors, a virtual variety hour celebrating the students, faculty, and staff of the Irvin D. Reed Honors College and raising money for the Finish Line Fund, which provides scholarships for honors seniors. You can participate throughout the event by leaving comments in the chat box, and of course, by going to givingday.wayne.edu/finishline to make a gift or pledge. So please enjoy the program. I'm your host, Dean John Corvino. Good evening. We are live from the Wayne State University campus in Detroit. If you are watching the 6 o'clock program, if you're watching the 9 o'clock program, that's going to be a rebroadcast of this program, but we will still be live in the chat in both programs, and I hope you do participate in the chat. We have a great show for you this evening, but first I want to share with you that this is our last Zoom to the Finish event. Now, given how wonderful this event has been, why is it our last one? Well, a couple of reasons. One is that these events take a lot of bandwidth, and we have decided that there are other ways that we want to focus on engaging with our alumni, donors, and friends. But also, we are focusing more on in-person events, not just locally, but in the various cities around the country where our alumni and donors and friends live. So stay tuned for more information about those visits. But in the meantime, we have a terrific show tonight. The students have worked very, very hard. And as you may know, today is Giving Day at Wayne State. We have a goal tonight of raising $75,000, but we are well on our way to that goal because generous donors over the course of the day have gotten us up to $40,000, over $40,000. And it may sound like we need to raise another $35,000, but not quite, because we have some generous match gifts that will help us get along the way. And you will find out more about those tonight. We are also celebrating the 15th anniversary of the Irvin D. Reed Honors College. Of course, Wayne State has had many incarnations of honors colleges and programs and merit scholars and Monteith College and other wonderful programs over the years, but the Irvin D. Reed Honors College was founded in 2008. And to celebrate the 15 years, one of the things we'll be doing throughout the program is talking about 15 reasons to give. And to launch those 15 reasons to give, let's watch the next video.
My name is Kishore Baseeth. I'm a member of the first cohort of the Wayne MedDirect Scholars, and I'm an Honors College alumni.
I'm Benjamin Huber, a Wayne MedDirect Scholar and an alumni of the Honors College.
My name is Miles Hardeman. I'm an Honors College alumni, and I'm also one of the members of the first cohort of MedDirect.
My name is Cedric Mutabi. I am an Honors College alum and a member of the first cohort of the Wayne MedDirect program. I'm also a member of the Honors College Board of Visitors.
My name is Christopher Smith. I'm an alumni of the Honors College, and I'm a member of the first cohort of Wayne State MedDirect program.
You can give to help launch careers.
I'm Heather Marks, part of the inaugural class of the Honors College. I am paying it forward by working at Wayne State University.
Bonjour, my name is Julia and I'm an honors student currently in Paris. You can give to support study abroad opportunities like this and work to bridge the gap between learning about culture in the classroom and experiencing it in the real world. Thank you for your support. Au revoir.
The best thing about being Dean of the Irvin D. Reed Honors College is that I get to work with amazingly talented students every day. Of course, our students are academically talented, but they also often have hidden talents. Indeed, in today's program, we have a pre-nursing student who will play the violin,
an actuarial mathematics major who will play the piano, a business administration student who dances in a K-pop cover group, and more. Now let's watch Bailey Ricardo, a chemistry and theater major who will perform aerial feats. We have some generous match gifts tonight, which mean that you can double or even triple the impact of your gift. One of those is geared toward alums of the Irvin D. Reed Honors College, that is, alums since 2008, and I'll get to that one in a moment. But let me mention two others. Dr. Bob Pettipies, a Wayne State grad from 1980 and a retired faculty member in the College of Education, is matching up to $5,000 in gifts tonight, dollar for dollar. And Dr. Bob and Jerry Kelch will be matching up to $30,000 in gifts tonight. So that's $35,000 worth of gifts that we can double with your gift tonight to the Finish Line Fund of the Irvin D. Reed Honors College. So give generously at givingday.wayne.edu/finishline.
My name is Dante Love. I am a finance and ISM student. This is my third year at the Honors College, and you can give to support service learning, such as the Detroit Fellows Tutoring Project, in which we give reading skills to K through second graders.
Hi, my name is James E., and I was a Merit Scholar, and I give to support Michigan's most diverse student body.
This is Aaron Keithley, a senior in the Honors College here at Wayne State University, and you can give to help students get to the next level. Thank you for your support.
We give to continue the Holtauer family tradition of giving. Thank you for your support.
The Irvin D. Reed Honors College was founded in 2008 when the president of Wayne State at the time, Dr. Irvin D. Reed, had the vision that the honors program, which at the time was directed by Dr. Jerry Herron, should become an honors college. So Dr. Reed called for the creation of an honors college, and Dr. Herron ended up becoming its first dean. It's interesting to me because we've had various incarnations of honors programs and merit scholar programs and related kinds of colleges like Monteith College over the years, and I get to work with a lot of alumni from those colleges. But I would love to engage more with alumni from the Irvin D. Reed Honors College, that is, those who have graduated since 2008. And tonight we have a special match challenge from an anonymous donor who will match gifts dollar for dollar up to $50 each, up to $1,000 total. So if you are a first-time donor from the class of 2008 or later, please make a gift tonight and your gift will be matched by this anonymous donor. So that brings our total matches up to $36,000 tonight. Now, let's hear from President Emeritus Reed and Dean Emeritus Herron about what happened around the time of the founding of the Irvin D. Reed Honors College.
Clearly, I had a vision that the students who come to a university deserves the best of the university. The students also deserve to be challenged at the highest level of their own abilities. And those students who could enter an honors college would have a very special opportunity to work with the best faculty, in the best programs, sometimes at accelerated rates, sometimes here on campus, sometimes in travel. But it would be something very unique for them and for the college.
And I had an idea that we would create a program onto a college based on 4 pillars of community, service, research, and career, so that students would be enlisted into a community of students with high aspirations and good academic preparation, have co-curricular means to move them from that community out into this wonderful city of Detroit, and how to scale a program so that they could be meaningfully involved and that there would be something left in the world behind that would be of value. The facilities of a research institution with ambitious, well-prepared young people coming here to take a program that's going to engage the city and involve them in service and service learning in the city. I thought, what better way to follow my career? And I had the fortunate good luck to work with the president, who was no less committed to this notion of moving our students out into the world to do wonderful things. He created the African Democracy Project, which took our students around the world.
I contacted the former president of the Republic of Mozambique, who had just received an award for his commitment to democracy. And he said, if you really want your American students to learn about democracy in Mozambique, why don't you bring them here next year during our elections? So I came back and said, Jerry, guess what I just did?
I had a student who came back from the African Democracy Project and said, you know what happened? And I thought, oh no, what? We got off a plane, and later that afternoon, we're talking to the president of the country. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? I said, well, I know President Reed, so yes, I can believe that.
The collaboration that we took in that program, which I was proud of, the African Democracy Project, Dean Herron also brought to other things in the university through the service. This became an intellectual, incubator? That business of giving back to the community, I think, is truly a great gift to the city of Detroit, but it's actually also an opportunity for many of our students who may not have had an urban experience previously to coming to an urban research university.
And I think the college, as a program, it evolved. When I was the dean of the college, it evolved. Now it's in the good hands of my friend John Corvino, and it continues to evolve and change. If it's always growing and evolving, taking opportunities as they come along, intervening in new and interesting ways, and then bringing what we learn back into the classroom to fuel the imaginary attachments we're going to follow into the world tomorrow. I think that's something that I feel very proud of, that it's a growing, living, organic thing, and I cannot help but feel gratified by the amount of energy that spontaneously spins out of this place.
My name is Devin Taylor, and as a Wayne State student, I belong to the Irvin D. Reed Honors College. I encourage you to give because I believe in community-engaged learning. Classes like Honors 1000 and 2000 were integral to helping me form connections to the city of Detroit outside of the traditional classroom experience. Thank you for your support.
Hi, my name is Rebecca, and I am a 2012 Wayne State Honors College graduate. And I give to help students gain access to an affordable, world-class education.
Hi, my name is Ayala Reyes. I'm a fifth-year student here at Wayne State at the Honors College. I was the program coordinator for Rocket Summer Internship for the last 2 years, and you can give to support cool internships like the Rocket Summer Tech program. Thank you for your support.
And I want to express my gratitude to all of you for your support, but particularly to Dean Emeritus Jerry Herron and President Emeritus Irv Reed for their vision in founding this wonderful Honors College. We have some special match gifts going still, so please give generously at givingday.wayne.edu/finishline. We have raised about $41,000 today with a $75,000 goal, which means that given the matches, if we raise another $20,000 or so, we can reach or exceed our goal. So thank you for your support. In some of our previous ZTFs, you heard about our signature Honors 1000 course, which is a course about the city of Detroit. In their second semester, University Honors students get to take an Honors 2000 small foundational seminar where they learn core skills in research and writing with some of our outstanding faculty who share with them their ideas about their own research. So let's watch a video about that.
My name is Tim Moran, and I'm an assistant professor of teaching at the Irvin D. Reed Honors College. So I teach one course for freshmen called What Plagues Detroit. It's a history of the city taught through medical and public health technology and the development of their services like sewers and air pollution control. We go through all kinds of different health causes and health outcomes in the city.
I'm Beth Fowler, associate professor of teaching. I teach 2 different classes. I teach Pop Goes the World, which is an examination of how American pop culture was used in different social movements around the world. And I co-teach Making iDetroit class with Brian Ellis and Nadia Loving. And it's a class where we work with students on different perspectives about living in the city of Detroit. And we work with students to show them how different methodologies can be used to help people look at the same research topics from very different perspectives. In Honors 1000, they learn about the history of the city and the sort of structural issues that shape the city. And then in Honors 2000, Making iDetroit, they look a little bit more closely at the differences that individuals or small groups can make within the city.
So these courses are relatively new, only about 4 years old, because until 4 years ago or so, we taught a set series of courses for first-year honors. And so these seminars that are my own are recently developed. Honors 2000 lets these students challenge themselves in a seminar-like environment. The courses are taught at a near graduate study level. It involves them in new and fresh research of their own, and it allows them to think about Detroit and conceptualize the city in ways they probably never have thought about it before.
I think Honors 2000 is so important for first-year students because it's almost like a forecast of what university is going to be like beyond their first year. I think it's just wonderful that the Honors College is able to offer these kinds of seminars to first-year students. Another thing that's really interesting that we get to do is faculty get to create seminars based on their own research interests. And this is something that is great for us. It's really exciting, but it's also, again, sort of like strengthening that relationship between students and their professors in ways that you don't normally see until graduate school.
This is a chance for students at a really influential point in their lives to make new and different decisions about the educational matter they're going to consume. So most of the students, though, are really interesting people. They're very dedicated to their studies, or they wouldn't be taking these Honors 2000 courses. And so they're good potential students with excellent abilities to apply.
In addition to taking fascinating classes from our faculty, many honors students participate in undergraduate research. Here to talk about her research is honors political science major Zainab Al-Husseini.
My name is Zainab Al-Husseini. I'm a political science student and I'm a senior. So my research focuses on the 1991 uprising in Iraq, also known as Intifada Sha'baniyya. And a little context, this uprising happened after the Gulf War, and it was a revolt against Saddam Hussein and the Ba'athist regime. This uprising resulted in the displacement of millions and the loss of hundreds of thousands of Iraqi civilians. This topic is of great personal significance to me because many members of my family were participants in this uprising. My father, my grandfather, my great-grandfather, who played a role of leadership within his city. And so growing up, I always heard bits and pieces of their experiences, but I never really understood why or how it happened. And in history classes, this was never spoken about. You know, we talked about the Gulf War, we talked about the Iraq-Iran War, but the uprising was never acknowledged in classes, and so I took it upon myself to research and find out more.
Okay, so the uprising took place when I was 7, so I don't remember the planning or how it started. A lot of my memory comes when we were leaving, and I remember this because it wasn't our daily routine. So it's just getting out of the country, going to a different country, a more safer place. It's scary, very scary, because you're 7, so you're used to just home and school, and all that is interrupted. But along with that is you're kind of aware that war is about to take place, and that's very scary. And because war is spoken of a lot at that time, so I knew what war meant at a very young age. It's very sad time.
You know, I kind of grew up with the aftermath of the uprising. Or my community, a lot of them had suffered losses during the uprising. My grandfather lost his son, and so I always saw him suffer with that. One of my interviewers that I spoke to was also someone in the community that I always seen growing up, had lost her son. And, you know, she said something that really hits home. She was like, sometimes I get this like sense of relief, and I instantly feel guilty for even feeling that relief, because this is a relief that my son was robbed of. I mean, he was killed when he was 17, 18. And so growing up, I seen all that. And to really go in depth and see why it happened and how it happened, it was an eye-opener for me. شوي عن ليش بدأت الانتفاضة وش كانت العيشة قبل الانتفاضة؟
الانتفاضة بدأت في الشهر الثالث عام 1991. حياة العراقيين قبل الانتفاضة كان هنالك اضطراب سياسي وخوف، والشعب هناك جدا مضطهد، وإرهاب الدولة، إرهاب حكومة على الشعب، وحروب ومجاعة، وكل القضايا السيئة كانت موجودة في عهد حكومة صدام. لذلك الشعب استغل فرصة الانتفاضة وقام بالانتفاضة الشعبانية.
At the outset of the show, it was mentioned that I'm going to be going on sabbatical for a year. That is true, but don't worry, we're not getting an AI chatbot dean. Instead, our associate dean, Dr. Elena Past, will step in for a year as acting dean while I step away from the day-to-day duties of the deanship to work on a book. But don't worry, I will stay in touch with our alumni, I will stay in touch with our donors and friends, and I will be coming back in a year. So stick around for that, and stick around for the rest of the show.
I'm Diane Van Buren, and I give to Wayne State to build a better Detroit.
Hi, I'm Bob Pettipies. I'm a former Detroit public school teacher and a faculty member at Wayne State University in the College of Education. While I was in the College of Education, I was for a few years on the advisory board for the Honors College. I decided to sponsor the Lunch with Leaders. Thank you for your support.
Hi, my name is Brandon Shamoon, and I'm a former honors student. I encourage you to give, as it opens access to our students to experiences and opportunities that they might otherwise not have.
Hi, my name is Shane Tinsley, and I'm a graduating senior in the Irvin D. Reed Honors College. And I have the pleasure of doing groundbreaking research with Wayne State and Henry Ford faculty, addressing health disparities in prostate cancer, not only in Detroit, but abroad. Thank you for your support for me and my peers in the Irvin D. Reed Honors College.
You know, one of the great things about sabbatical is that it doesn't only allow you time to focus on your own research, but it also gives you a chance to recharge your batteries and regain your energy. And speaking of energy, we've got to check out this next video from Impulse Dance. Impulse Dance is a K-pop cover dance group here at Wayne State University. And one of our honors students, Fernanda Camacho Castro, is not only a performer within the group, but also their editor and media manager. And she edited the following video. Let's watch.
적 없으니까 고개들이 돌아 진정에 못 걷길라 분홍빛의 얼음 drip 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 freezer moon 사이 shut it down what yeah 이미 안에 진 적이 없으니까 지저분이 목에 먹줄은 내 거니까 땅바닥에 단패로 we go 205 shut it down 초록빛을 내려 머리 위로 don't trip baby 겸손하게 그냥 앉아있어 just sit When we pull up, you know it's a shutdown. 간판 내리고 문 잠가 shutdown. Whip it, 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 whip it. It's black and it's pink once the sundown. When we pull up, you know it's a shutdown. 간판 내리고 문 잠가 shutdown. Whip it, 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 whip it. Keep watching me shut it down. Nah, you don't wanna be on my best side. That's right, I'm sliding through. Bunch of wannabes that wanna be me. Me three if I was you. Been around the world, pose on your girl, VVS is be invested, Need a lesson, see the neck and see the stresses we don't buy, we recurse it, A rock star, a pop star, but rowdy. I say bye to the paparazzi. Get my good side, I'll smile for ya. No, it ain't fair to ya. It's staring you like what now? Blackpink in your area. The area been shut down, it's a shutdown. 네 다음 답안지야 똑바로 봐도 sleep, baby. 뒤집어봐 이건 가격표야 ain't cheap, baby. Stay in your own lane, cause I'm about to swerve. Catch me when you hit my Lamborghini, go vroom, 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 vroom. When we pull up, you know it's a shutdown. 간판 내리고 문 잠궈 shutdown. Whip it, whip it, whip it, whip it. Whip it, whip it, whip it, whip it. It's black and it's pink once the sundown. When we pull up, you know it's a shutdown. 간판 내리고 문 잠궈 shutdown. Whip it, whip it, whip it, whip it. Whip it, whip it, whip it, whip it. Keep watching me shut it down.
So we've been raising money tonight for the Finish Line Fund, which supports honors seniors. Sometimes people ask me, why focus on seniors? Well, a significant percentage of our honors students go on to graduate school or professional school, and some of them go directly into career. And one of the things I noticed upon becoming dean was that their junior and senior year were particularly stressful as they were trying to get ready for all of that. So while we, like a lot of other universities, have spent some focus on scholarships to attract them here when they are first-year students, I thought it would be good to spend some money, invest some money in giving them a good launch to their next steps. So that's how the Finish Line Fund came about. And here to help me explain the Finish Line Fund is my remarkable staff here in the Irvin D. Reed Honors College. We have remarkable students in the Irvin D. Reed Honors College. They are thoughtful, hardworking, constructive, the leaders of tomorrow. The best way to attract, retain, and support such students is through scholarships. And that's why we created the Finish Line Fund.
Imagine how transformative it would be if the Irvin D. Reed Honors College were tuition free. Now, I know that's a big dream with a big price tag, but suppose we start with the senior year.
Think about it. If you come to the Irvin D. Reed Honors College, then your senior year tuition will be paid for, and you can focus on graduate school, professional school, or your career instead of taking on extra debt.
What a great incentive that would be for our students, but it's got to take money. We can do it with your support.
In the meantime, we've got to start somewhere. The Finish Line Fund launched last year by giving $1,000 scholarships to 6 seniors selected on the basis of academic performance and financial need. This year, we were able to support 10 students.
We aim to keep growing that number until we can support the entire senior class, with the eventual goal of making the whole senior year tuition free.
Now, $1,000 may not seem like a lot, but it makes a real difference. It can cover the cost of books for an entire semester, or most of the cost of a 3-credit course.
$1,000 can save students from having to work on weekends and allow them to focus on their studies.
The point is, every bit helps. So we encourage you to give to the Finish Line Endowment. It builds money in the bank, and it creates interest in perpetuity to support our students.
Want to make a difference right away? You can give money to the Finish Line Expendable Fund, which instead of going to the endowment flows directly to students. You can even sign up to be a Finish Line friend, pledging $1,000 a year for at least 3 years.
Want to do even more? With a gift of $25,000, you can have your own named Finish Line Endowed Scholarship, and you can pay for that over 5 years.
But whatever you give, whether to the endowment or to the expendable fund, please know that it makes a difference in the lives of our students.
On behalf of those students, we thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
President Emeritus Reed and Dean Emeritus Herron left the university with many gifts through the Irvin D. Reed Honors College. And one of the ones I am most grateful for every day is the wonderful staff I get to work with. So to them, I say thank you. Which brings me to the last of our 15 reasons to give, and it's my own personal reason. A few years ago, when I turned 50, I decided to endow a scholarship at Wayne State. You can endow a scholarship with a minimum gift of $25,000, which you don't have to pay all at once. You can pay it over time. And the idea behind an endowed scholarship is it involves a corpus which is invested and generates income each year in perpetuity to support scholarships. So it's a way to make sure that there's money for long-term support of students. And I did that partly because I wanted to help our students, but also because I wanted to express my gratitude to Wayne State. You see, this year marks my 25th year at Wayne State University. I came in 1998 as a temporary lecturer. That temporary lectureship got extended for a few years. Then I got onto the tenure track. Then I got tenure, and the rest, as they say, is history. When I became dean, I had been at Wayne State for 20 years. I was and am very grateful to the university for its support, and I wanted to express my gratitude in this way that helps students. I hope that you find ways to pay it forward, and you can do that tonight by going to givingday.wayne.edu/finishline. Next, we are going to hear a violin performance from pre-nursing student Christian Membrere. We are coming very close to the end of our program, but don't go away because we still have a bit more to go. Remember, we still have matches going tonight. If you are a graduate since 2008, you are eligible for up to 3 matches. In any case, you are eligible for up to 2 matches, regardless of when you graduated. Whatever you are able to give, on behalf of our students, I want to say thank you. And now let's hear from Marcos Ochoa, who is a biochemistry and chemical biology honor student who's going to talk about his research on diabetes.
My name is Marcos Ochoa. I'm majoring in biochemistry, minoring in public health, and I'm an honors senior here at Wayne State University. Yeah, so my research is on developing a therapeutic for insulin resistance, which is a precursor to type 2 diabetes. It's something that, 1 in 3 healthy adults have and they're not even aware of it, right? So your body doesn't take up insulin, the insulin signal as well. And there's no sort of signal that tells your body oh, hey, this is not working. So you could be insulin resistant for 15 years before it develops into type 2 diabetes with, of course, things like a genetic predisposition and lifestyle, right? So you have to have some of those things in combination alongside your insulin resistance to become a type 2 diabetic. So my interest in this was that it sounded a little challenging. I always liked the challenge of things. And it was, of course, medicinal based, which, the first day I came in here, before I was even fully a part of the project, the professor went over everything with me. And during that presentation, he got me hooked. He got me interested because it ties into a pretty big subject of, type 2 diabetes. Everybody knows someone that's a type 2 diabetic or has heard of it at least. And, to be a part of the solution, whether I figure it out or it comes down the line and I contribute, is something I want to do. In my classes, I can read about it and thumb through textbooks and there's pictures, but it only tells you so much. Being in an actual lab and being able to work these instruments and see what they measure out and what they do and what the results are, how to interpret that, has been very eye-opening for me. I've been very grateful for this. And he's also taught me a lot about failure, right? Research isn't a linear progress thing. You don't always just get success after success after success. There's failures in there. Some you see coming, right? You're unsure about a project and it happens. Sometimes failures come out of nowhere and you don't understand what happened. And you have to look at it again and again. And at the end, you you can figure it out, and now you know even more because of that failure, which has been a very, very rewarding process.
I'm Dr. Andrew Lipchick, an assistant professor in the Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences, and my research focuses on developing therapeutics to improve insulin sensitivity in the context of type 2 diabetes. So in the College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences, there are only graduate students. So my interaction with undergrads has only mainly come through the honors program here at Wayne State, where I have a number of students doing their honors thesis work. The students are motivated, interested, and very eager to learn and try to improve their knowledge of the classroom through the research in my lab.
So I want to congratulate Marcos and all of the students who participated in tonight's program. We're coming to the end of the program. As far as I can tell, we've raised about $1,500 during the course of this program. And we still have 5 hours to go in the evening with the match gifts. And I think that there's a slight lag because the Giving Day site is moving a little bit slow. But whatever you have been able to give, I want to thank you so much for your support. And I also want to extend my thanks to the Irvin D. Reed Honors College faculty, staff, and students who make coming to work every day such a joy. I also want to give a special shout out to my colleagues in the philosophy department. Yes, this is my 25th year at the university, and most of my time was spent in the philosophy department. You saw my original ID card earlier. The reason the ID number is covered up is that back when I arrived at Wayne State in 1998, they used our social security number as our ID number. It was a simpler time. And most important tonight, I want to thank you, our alumni, donors, and friends for your engagement. Also, special shout out to Michael Seaton, who is our events and communications coordinator and is really the wizard behind the curtain through the ZTF events. I know that Michael will be taking a well-deserved break after putting this fourth ZTF together. But remember, we're not going away. We will continue to stay engaged with you, our alumni and friends. We're going to finish up with a piano performance from actuarial mathematics student Richard Zhang, who will give us a nice farewell to this episode, the final episode of ZTF. Let's watch.
Hi everyone, my name is Richard Zhang and my major is actuarial mathematics. Today I'll be playing the piece called Chrysanthemum Terrace for you.